Alright everybody, we're back with another episode of Dark Souls 101. Hopefully this time my microphone will be working. I apologize for the completely silent episode I posted last time, but it was kind of necessary. We're back at Lucille Township here, but I don't think I'm quite ready for this area with my current build, so I'm going to head out and kill off the Gravelord Nito first, before coming back here. Where would be the closest one? I guess Firelink. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to switch up my build a little bit here. And bows, and then catalysts. There we go. Actually, we'll go with that catalyst there. I have to equip a certain spell. For going into the tombs, we're going to need light. Now, I'm currently a Gravelord servant, which you can only get while Nito is still alive. So once you kill Nito, you can no longer become a Gravelord servant. Unfortunately, killing Nito is also a part of the game you need to actually beat the game. So when you do kill him, be sure you have everything you want from the Covenant. Or just wait till the next playthrough. That works too. Now, Artorias' greatsword is doing a good job at one-shotting these skeletons out front. Let's see how well it does. Yeah, one-shots these skeletons here. Oh, it's not going to be good. Get out of that explosion. Yeah, even one-handed R1 attacks are currently good enough to get the critical kill on these skeletons. So I'm currently more than powerful enough for this area. But just to save myself a little bit of a walk, I'll save at this fire before moving on. Down into the Tomb of the Giants. Cheeky bugger. F you. Havel's ring. Do I still need Havel's ring on? If I want a fast roll, I do. But medium roll is good enough for now. And there's the skeleton entering his parry stance. Just give him a kick. And send him over the ledge. Got the R2 attacks on this thing are super slow. But I believe they are a guaranteed knockback if they do land. So we'll take the nice, easy way down. And I believe I did the Tranquil Walk of Peace run in my silent episode, last episode. So, we'll not do that again. I'm currently getting over a cold, so if you hear me start coughing and stuff like that, I'm sorry about that. Now, I believe I also grabbed all the treasures off that ledge from doing the fall as well, so I won't have to do that. And since it was in my last episode that I did this, and it was completely silent, it's this coffin up here, this half-open one, that leads you to the Gravelord Servant Covenant. Since I'm on my way to kill Nito, and I'm already at the +1 Gravelord, I turned in 10 Eyes of Death to get the better Gravelord Sword Dance Miracle. Oh, I never collected that? Ah, fine. Wanna play it that way? Play it that way. Oh, I know I must have been here before. I must have. Am I thinking of another character? No, that necromancer is still alive. Interesting. Okay. I really do hate when it queues up attacks. There's a skull lantern. That will really help you navigate down the tombs if you don't have the magical ability for cast light. Okay, through the world you go. Maybe I could trick your buddy down there too. Yep. I'm not above, tricking bone wheels down into the middle of nowhere. That being said, I must have missed, all these treasures up there. I must have been thinking of a different character. Which means that Black Knight is still alive up there. Problem when you play more than one character is you forget kind of what you've done on each of the different ones. So we'll just crumble at the floor here. See if there's any Black Knights down in the darkness waiting to stab me in the face. Doesn't look so. And those treasures there, you remember when I was talking about falling off the ledge? One moment please, need to cough. There we go. You see the fall there off that ledge will lead you to those two treasures over there, which is the armor set that the priest starts with, and extra souls. I think it's a soul of a proud knight. But of course we have to be very careful down here due to our good friends, the bone wheels. We hear Valmos, the firesmith, hammering away in there.
What's that then? Need some smithing? Then produce me some wares.
Okay, so I do have both the embers turned in, or at least one. Yeah, there's his normal fire reinforcement. That doesn't require a special ember for him to do. The large fire ember, which will increase the weapon from +5 to +10 fire, and chaos fire, which will increase a fire weapon of +5 to chaos, +5. Now, you can see that chaos does a little bit less physical damage, but the fire damage will scale with the humanity you have. So, as long as you have humanity in the counter, you'll start doing more and more damage with a chaos fire weapon, as opposed to a standard fire reinforcement. Now this time I'll be ready for these big suckers. As long as the drop isn't too far, you're able to roll to regain control of your character faster. There we go. And you can see with Cast Light, I could see a lot better down here. You can actually see where I'm going. All the things ahead. I can see him even well before he aggroes. So we'll break out our Pyromancy Flame here. Roast him one. Thank you, Mr. Knight. Sorry to see you dead, but your souls will not be in vain. And you can hear the giant bows firing in the distance there. Oh, hello, friend. Oh, you're a jumpy little sucker, aren't you? There. See what your jumpiness gets you now, dick. We'll be back for that soon. But before we talk to the guy by the ledge there, we're gonna head down this ladder. And for the love of God, get this bonfire.
Good day. You look reasonably sane. What are you doing in the catacombs? Are you a cleric or something?
This is one of the few times where you answer truthfully. I'm not a cleric.
No? Really? Then I'd have no qualms telling you. There's a fine stash of treasure right down that hole. I found it first, but, well, we're friends now. I'll split it with you. In any case, have a look. It'll shimmer you blind.
By the way, this guy's a jackass, but necessary. If you didn't get the Skull Lantern drop from one of the necromancers up above, you have to get kicked down this pit.
This is what I do, my friend. The trinkets I'll be stripping off your corpse, that's the real treasure.
Patches, by the way, is a jackass. But if you didn't get the drop off the necromancers, the Skull Lantern can be found down here. And you really do need it to get around down here. Also down in this pit is the Advanced Miracle Trainer, Rhea.
You're no hollow, are you? Thank goodness. Please be careful. There are 2 fierce hollows not far from here. They were once brave knights, my former escorts. Who would let such strong spirits be hollowed so? Heavens, is there nothing at all to be done?
And of course they're cleric knights, so they do no heal. And restore.
You banished those two hollows, did you? It pains me to think of the trouble my failings have caused. I am certain that both Vince and Nico are grateful to you. Thank you.
This can't be.
Here, these belonged to them. You deserve them more than I.
Thank you. And if you leave Rhea down here, she eventually makes her way up to the undead chapel to pray for God's insights or something like that. You know, some godly quest. And way up there, there's treasure. Everybody loves treasure. Oh. Now these things here aren't exactly dangerous, so long as you keep your distance from them. Even up close, they're not that dangerous. But if you get surrounded by them, it gets bad. But they do have a chance of dropping white titanite chunks, which you require for any faith weapon that you've modified. So anything past Divine 5 or Occult. Which will be helpful for that Divine Bastard Sword I was working on. Hello, friend. Kinda want the range on this. Okay, the R2 attacks do have uses against incredibly slow-moving enemies. Excuse me. Oh, you'll get yours soon enough. Down here is a very dangerous area. As you can see, there's going to be a lot of these big guys down in that area. Luckily, they're really slow, and there is much more than 2 of them usually down there. There's 3. I believe in total there's 5 that guard that little area. So, let's get a little bit of steam here and make the jump. And what you can do is, if you're willing to sacrifice yourself, you can just dive down, grab the item, and go. Hello. Okay, so I stand corrected. There's more than 5. There is, in fact, 6. Keeping track on all of them is a pain. Luckily, I've killed more than half. But down in this little alcove is where you get the large Divine Ember for making your Divine weapons from +5 to +10. Also, of course, there is extra souls, which are always helpful. That's gonna hurt. I hate these guys. Every time. Now I can't quite get him. He's off in the dark somewhere. Now if you don't like having to cast light continually, you can of course always equip the Sunlight Maggot, or give up your shield slot for the Skull Lantern. And rather than a block, it produces light. And you can use it to swing and deal very minor fire damage. Also, this is the way out of the tombs, should you feel the need to get out. I just came up here for the treasure. But you can see the bonfire down there. So we'll go back down here, grab it to recharge my spells. Now to confront Patches.
Oh, you! Well, let's just calm down. Talk about things. I did you wrong, but I didn't mean it. These temptations, they can, well, overcome me. You know what I mean, don't you? Please, forgive me. You and me, we're jolly undead outcasts, aren't we? Oh, brilliant. A second chance. Wonderful. I had a feeling you'd understand. I did. But, if I were in your shoes, who knows what I'd have done. But now we're friends again, eh?
Yes, friends.
I did you wrong. These...
And if you leave Patches, he becomes a merchant up in Firelink Shrine. Now the one thing you don't want to do in the catacombs is go rushing forward. As you can see, there's some fairly terrifying skeletons that resemble dogs more than men. They do a lot of damage really quick. They have a lot of like spring and rush attacks. Now I'm sure you can hear it coming. Wonderful hardened armored boots on its way. Seems he's got a glaive or a halberd of some form. Also, losing your lock-on down here is very common. Again, be careful not to go rushing forward into the dark. You have Estus flasks, you have all kinds of heal items, usually. Now I'm going to show you the quick way down. See if I can see it there. Yep. But that corpse is a marker to a very important item if you're looking to level up quickly. And that is the Covetous Silver Ring, which gives you a 20% bonus to all the souls you collect. Now while you're here, and I don't want to do that without light on, you could just take a bale off the ledge, there, and take another bale off the ledge there, and you're almost to Nito. But there's a bonfire down here that I'm going to want as well. So we're going to make our way back to that. Also, there's a unique shield near the bonfire called the Effigy Shield. It's a small shield, but it's kind of cool. Should be a third one. There he is. Lots of white Titanite chunks around here. And there's the bonfire. Recharge my spells. And you can see why I engaged those dog things at range, because the knockback they have on those ledges is stupid. And across this way will be the Effigy Shield. It's a long winding path just for a shield. There you are. You can see it's got 90 lightning resist on it, which makes it amazing for lightning resist. Only 90 physical resist because it's a small shield. 3 units of weight puts it on par with a medium shield, but that lightning resist is epic. So if you find yourself in PvP facing people that are using Sunlight Blade a lot, that is a great thing to have to negate its damage. Anyway, we'll just cook that guy. So rather than take the roll by the corpse here, you can proceed down normally at this little cave entrance. I do not like that rush attack. Freaks me out every time they do it. But if I hold out the skull lantern, you can see how it will light up some jewels type thing along the castle ledge, or the pit edge here. And those actually kind of lead you astray a little bit, but they will guide you along the path to take to get to Nito. Do I have any... Oh, yeah, I do have some. Okay. So I'm gonna go crack a humanity crystal to get back alive. To go fight a red phantom. And I'm sure a lot of you will know who it is. It is the infamous Leroy from World of Warcraft. Or at least the Dark Souls incarnation of him. So for the most part, the dogs are blind. So as long as you don't get close to them, you're okay. Now I'm not going to need light anymore down here. And you can see the two different Gravelord sword dances I have. Gravelord sword dance and Gravelord great sword dance. You get the great sword dance for turning in 10 Eyes of Death to Gravelord Nito. Actually, I've got 47,000 souls. Let's see if I can spend any of those on leveling up. Oh yes, I could gain a level. Let's gain a little bit more HP. I took a wrong turn, but it's not so bad. It happens sometimes. Thankfully, skeletons are kind of slow and stupid, but they're big and beefy. And I forgot to reverse my hollowing. Son of a bitch. I don't want to walk all the way back, so I'm gonna crack a freaking homeward bone. Or not, I'm gonna hit no. Try again. There we go. So you can see I could just use the skull lantern in here. However, it does deny you your shield. which honestly I prefer having to a skull lantern. But as you get closer to Ash Lake, you can tell that's Ash Lake solely by the twisted arch trees and the gray skies. But in order to summon Leroy, you have to walk all the way to the end of this little gangplank and take a look over Ash Lake. There's our good friend Leroy. No match for me. At least I ain't chicken. And you get Leroy's unique equipment, Grant and Sanctus. Grant is a very powerful warhammer. Let's pull that up here. "24 units in weight, so you kind of want to be really strong to use it. 50 strength and 30 faith required to use it. However, Grant has a unique property to it. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to light it off or not when I don't have the strength for it. Nope. But if you have the strength and faith requirements for Grant, its R2 power attack is an emulation of Wrath of the Gods. So it's a close range AoE Nova. Which is actually kind of cool. And his shield, Sanctus, while a medium shield, it does not give 100% physical resistance. It has a little bit better magic resist on it to make up for it. It's got great durability. You require 18 faith to actually hold it in one hand though. But it has a secondary property where you gain a very minor passive HP regeneration while holding Sanctus. But today we're going to keep cruising with our tower kite shield here. And you can see how it's starting to brighten up in the caverns. So I won't be requiring the lantern as much. Where'd you go? And you can see how quickly you regain souls in here. And this is one of the best farm areas for humanity in the game, is this area here. Oh, he's still alive? Shit. I thought that second strike had killed him. Anyway, fall down that little hole and you get the white Titanite slab for the final reinforcement of any of your divine weapons. There, how you like me now? And the reason I say this is the best farm zone in the game is the 100% continually respawning baby skeletons. that also drop humanity crystals. So long as you pick them up quickly, because the corpses fade fast from these baby skeletons. So we'll just avoid them from now. The pinwheels in here also respawn. And the baby skeletons only spawn while you're in the water. So long as you get out of the water, no baby skeletons to worry about. That's gonna hurt. Oh good, it hit a skeleton. Now these pinwheels also have a chance to drop white titanite chunks, as well as any of the family masks that the original pinwheel doesn't drop for you. So it's a little bit of a walk to get back to Nito, should you fail. So the trick to the fight, don't fail. Now much like the Stray Demon in the Undead Asylum, you have to take a little bit of a hit to get into Nito's Sanctum. I really do love his cloak, though. I wish I could get that. Now, Nito is a necromancer, so he's going to have minions that you need. Oh, you hear that scream? It means he's going to do his spell, the sword dance. Now, in order to take down Nito's minions, count to 1, roll. Nope. Still tagged me with his sword dance. But you can see him in the distance there, crawling towards me slowly. Oh. Don't want to get grabbed by Nito. That is not a good thing. Comes his miasma, which you can block, but it still does heavy damage. He's going to cast his spell, which is incredibly hard to dodge. You cannot block it, it needs to be dodged. Oh, excuse me. And down goes Nito. Now, we have 100 and some odd thousand souls, so let's level up a little bit more. Actually, we'll leave our intelligence alone for now. I don't seem to be casting any soul sorceries. So instead, let's go for more endurance. so I could swing the sword and possibly move without having to have Havel's Ring equipped. No, still on a medium roll. So, let's get out of here. Now, you'll remember that Rhea had 3 companions, and that Petros returned. Meanwhile, she and her 2 friends were stuck at the bottom of a well at the clutches of Patches. Which means Petros either abandoned her, or he betrayed her to Patches. And if you have rescued Rhea, and you act too late in killing Petros, he comes back to slay her at the Undead Chapel, killing off your advanced miracle trainer, which is no good. So I'm going to kill off Petros here there now.
By the lords! No! This can't be. It can't end like this.
And of course, claim a little bit of humanity from him. And if we run over here, Lucian, our friend, is still there. And there's our friend Patches.
Oh, we meet again. How many of you are there? You've come at the perfect time. I'm done with the looting. I'm a humble merchant now, and wondrous treasures have I, at a special price for you. There you are. Have a nice look at them. Oh, relax. No more funny business out of me, my friend.
And Patches, of course, has a collection of useful things. And he's got some miracles that he's looted off dead clerics, of course. The Crescent Axe, which is a faith-based axe. He's got different talismans. The Canvas Talisman, actually, is the best talisman, I believe. He's got all the family masks. Oh, that's where you get the cleric armor set. Okay. That makes sense. But yeah, he's also got Eyes of Death, Divine Blessings, and Humanities.
What? No.
And of course you could just slaughter Patches outright up here if you want. Or kick him off that ledge. That's always a fun thing to do. Just like he kicked you off a ledge. But if I remember correctly, I'm gonna warp out from Firelink back to where are you? Yeah, Altar of the Gravelord. I believe... yeah, there you are. This is Leroy's armor set, the Paladin set. So if you've defeated Leroy, it's back here in Nito's tomb. And now comes the time that I can either finish the game by taking on Lord Gwyn, or I move on to the DLC, which I will do. Let's go take on Artorias. Now, I'm not sure how well I'm going to do with this greatsword against Artorias. He seems pretty big and really resistant to magic. Oh, excuse me. So I might have to find a different way around him. So we just skirt the ridge here. to avoid aggroing all the creatures up in this valley. You can farm them for souls, or you can try and get the big Stone Knight's weapons, I believe. I've seen some PvP videos with people using that thing. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to beat that dragon either. I was not a fan of that fight. There's Smiling Chester. Some kind of merchant. I don't think I need anything he has. Actually, since I'm probably going to be needing a lot of stamina, I only have 2 of these though. Let's go, Artorias. Yeah, my dodging's off today. This is gonna hurt. Oh, made it. Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure what that move is, but it tracks like a bitch. Oh. Some things default yes, other things default no. I don't get it. Now I have a +6 fire longsword. Actually, what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna go to the abyss and open up the chamber. We're gonna max out this fire longsword.
What is it? I go. Very well. Be still.
I still don't see why anybody trusts him to eat them as a warp. And since we have all the Lord Souls, we'll feed them to the flame. And this opens the chamber of the first kiln. And you can see the souls of the Black Knights wandering around. You don't have to worry about them. However, the reason I'm coming in here is for the Black Knights. If you're missing any of the Black Knight weapons, this is a great place to farm them. Only got a partial parry on that one. But this is a great place to farm chunks of all colors. So if your weapons still need smithing, and you need chunks, open up the Kiln of the First Flame. All the knights in here drop chunks of the differing colors. Ooh, get out of the way of that. Oh, there's a Black Knight Greatsword and a Red Titanite chunk, which will be helpful for increasing my fire longsword. I didn't make it chaos, because I wasn't going to have the opportunity to get all the humanity I would need to make it worth having. I think he's the only red chunk, is the second knight. However, if you kick knights over ledges, you don't get your chunks, but you will get your souls. There's the Black Knight armor set. It's a lot like the Silver Knight armor set. And as you can see, it has an amazing amount of fire resist on it for its extra 1 weight. Less lightning resist though. So again, this game is all about trade-offs. But if you're going to face Gwyn, Gwyn is the Lord of Sunlight, so he does a lot of fire attack damage. So having the Black Knight armor set and the Black Knight shield really helps in the fight against Gwyn. But we could talk about that once I beat the DLC. For now, I'm just gonna farm in here a little bit for some souls. Okay, goodbye. There's a blue chunk. So the chunks go black, red, black, white, blue for the 5 knights that are in here. And of course, in and out, in and out, in and out to get the chunks that you want. If you're after blue chunks, it's almost faster to farm the golems than these knights, but it's a guaranteed chunk drop when you kill him. You can see I have no humanity in the counter or any item find with the gold ring. So it's an almost guaranteed trunk chop off these knights. So I'm going to continually kill this guy with a greatsword till I can get about 10 chunks and get my fire longsword up. And hopefully with the reduced weight I should be able to fast roll. And I'm hoping Artorias isn't all that resistant to fire like he is magic. It might be that an occult weapon would do better against Artorias, as he was a holy being before being swallowed up by the abyss. So once I could get that fire longsword to +10, we'll go take on Artorias again. Hopefully this time I'll do a little bit better job dodging him. Now we can also go pay a visit to Rhea after I get all these souls, to buy the advanced miracles, such as Wrath of the Gods. Now with all these chunks, I might be able to get my armor set all the way up to +9s. I also might make a lightning weapon. Also, still have a ton of demon souls. Oops. And the back and forth here is going to be very boring, I assure you. But necessary. Well, I think necessary. I've never fought Artorias before. He seems like a very difficult boss fight, actually. His long-range stab there homes very well. Seems quite light. And when you hit him enough, eventually he does some kind of Nova attack that will increase his damage output, as I figured out in my silent video. And since I'm not using my magic right now, I'm going to put on this silver ring to gain more souls. Excuse me. So I remember last time I hit Artorias with this greatsword, it did something like 73 damage, which was absolutely ludicrous for the amount of swing time this thing needs. It might be that you have to take on Artorias armored, or that to get away from magic spammers, the devs decided to give Artorias some kind of godlike magic resist. Seems to be the case, in case people just wanted to stand back and soul spear him to death. Now, since I'm exceptionally lazy, and I have the miracle for this, I'm going to start using Homeward. Poor Black Knights, all roasted by the first flame. And back down we go, hunting for red chunks. And you can see with the silver covetous ring on, I'm gaining an extra 400 souls per knight I kill, which is 20%. And I'm not sure if it stacks with critical kills or not. Be an interesting experiment to have. dude's a beast. No, no getting out of that one. Spam at my corpse boy. Goddamn motherfucker. That's right, I take your sword. What am I doing? Now, I've only had 6 sunlight medals, so I can't get the sunlight spear quite yet. From the Sunbro Covenant, as it's called. So that will have to wait for playthrough 2 on this character to get all the miracles. And we'll just split damage through his shield. Ooh, that's not cool. So here we go again. I'm surprised. Usually I have a Black Knight shield by now as well. From the first night there. But since that's actually a rare drop from these mobs, as the Black Knight shield is incredibly useful. Alright, so we have 4 of the... I think it's 8 we need. Oh, he took it like a champ. So 3 more runs of this and we should be good to go. And from there we'll go see Rhea, buy some of the more advanced miracles. See if I can keep Artorias on his toes with those. Pyromancy seemed to have done good damage, so he might not have fire resist. And holy damage is still magic damage though, so I'm not thinking I'll use miracles. Alright, you wanna be a bitch? I'll kill you like a bitch. That running attack does an assload of damage. It will eat through my entire stamina bar and most of my health bar if I get hit by that. Gonna be up to my eyeballs in Black Knight Greatswords. Two more. So again, great place to farm, killing of the first flame, but that's usually just to get your power up enough to take on Gwyn. He is not a happy fight. However, I find Artorias more difficult than he is. One more. And if you look at the killing of the first flame, you can see how all the rocks and everything are melted and jagged from where Gwyn restored the first flame. Now I'm going to use these chunks to upgrade my armor, if I don't have everything at +9 already. This should be the last red chunk I need to get my flame longsword to +10. Excuse me. Grab a quick drink there. And there we have our plus 10 fire weapon. Now you can see that plus 10 is as far as your armor can go. And it will cost you a Titanite slab to get that plus 10, which is currently not worth it to me for my one slab that I have. I'd much rather use that on something else. Now let's get out of here, back to Firelink. Now the Ring of Steel and Protection really didn't help me in that fight, so I'm going to put the Calenthary Ring on to improve my stamina regen. Also, I no longer need Homeward on, so I'm going to rest at Firelink and attune some more Pyromancy back on. And let's go up into the Undead Chapel and talk to Rhea. Now, with 48,000 souls, I won't have enough to buy out all her miracles, but I should have enough to get close. And since Lord Nito is dead, I'm going to show you guys the Sunlight Covenant. Although I really should show you the Gravelord sword dance first, before I do that.
Hello. I will never forget what you did. I am deeply indebted, for it was not within my power to save Vince or Nico. I cannot thank you enough. In case you have not heard, I am Rhea of Thoroland. I only wish there was some way I could help you. But I am inexperienced, and I only know the art of miracles. If that could be of any help, speak to me again. Would a miracle be of any help to you? I would be most pleased if that was so. And may we discuss miracles then?
Divine Blessings are great, but stick with Estus Flasks. Where are you? Ah, yeah, Wrath of Gods. It's like Force, it's a very close range, centered on your character Nova, but it does damage. It's very good. Actually, I might be able to buy her out. Perfect.
Vince and Nico were fooled by a lout named Hatches and turned into hollows. My prayers did them no good. It is my ignorance, my frailty that has sealed their fates. Perhaps Petrus realized my weakness all along, and thus made the decision to abandon me. I can hardly blame him now.
I blame him.
Then be safe. Farewell, Rhea Nox.
And after you buy out all her miracles, Rhea will go crazy. And hollow. But she is taken by six-eyed channelers and hollows out in the prison there, where you find Big Hat Logan. Oh yeah, I'm much faster with this blade out than my big bad Artorias blade. Although my damage is probably significantly less. So should you slay Rhea at Seath's fortress, or sorry, the Duke's archives in the prison there. Oh, Griggs, you're still here? I thought you'd gone hollow by now.
Oh, hello. Then let us be as promised.
Oh, he still has a spell in the ring.
Goodbye then.
Well, let's hollow out Griggs too.
Oh, hello. Then as All right. That should... May we meet?
Alright, let's go back to Elysial. Alright, that's not bad. I can still rip through these little dudes pretty quick. Now, I'm not sure if Artorias does magic damage or not on that sword of his. So wearing physical resist armor might help, it might hinder, I'm not sure. But we'll give Artorias a few more pokes and then I'm gonna sign out for the day. Let's go. What do you got, big man? Oh, that's not good. That's gonna hurt. Okay, so he powers up. That hurts. That definitely hurts. Do not get caught. Oh! Complete through my stam bar. Okay, that went better that time. I was actually able to hit Artorias. Although that power-up move that he does really does seem to crank him up a lot. That's now like minor buff. Might be a way to knock him out of it. Maybe if you hit him while he's charging. He's all the way out the other side of the arena though. Man, engaging Artorias in melee seems like suicide. Excuse me. Yep, the second I start casting, he comes charging in. I'm at a loss as what to do here. Maybe the Crystal Knight Shield, with his really high stability. If I start pouring chunks into that, get its stability up even higher, maybe. Might be able to just block out Artorias' attacks, go for single pokes. Problem with Crystal is once a weapon is destroyed, it's destroyed for good. You can't bring it back or repair it. I don't like that move. Shit. It's not a happy Artorias. Oh! Apparently he can spam out that move. Alright, not bad. About half killed that time. Alright, we'll give him another shot here. And then my throat's pretty well cooked for the day, so I'm gonna have to say see you in the next episode if I don't beat him in this one. I know I haven't been commentating as much as I should be. It's just, it's a little painful to talk right now. Now I'm going to try hitting Artorias with this blade to see how much damage it does. It's probably going to be a terrible idea. Probably going to turn around and like one-shot me for it. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to engage the dragon down there. So my only two options are either Artorias or the dragon. And Artorias at least is just a straight up fight. Nice roll. $50. Awesome. Ah, you just throw snot at me? Ah. Shit. Okay, so he also gets a big defensive boost while he's... Because I only did half the damage I normally do. Oh, shit. Yep, the second he tags me with that, I'm stuck there. I couldn't bounce out. Because it taps your shield and drains your entire stam bar. Alright, well, we'll call it a day here for Dark Souls 101. Thanks for watching, guys. Later.